right, everyone, please invite your friends. We will start in just 2 minutes. Okay, so I suppose we should start. 23 people are here who will eventually join. And if not, then you can share the video link with your friends as well. This session will be recorded and posted on YouTube, possibly. So, yeah. Again, welcome everyone to Cloud Study Jam's orientation session. And today is the first info session and doubt session. And so starting with the syllabus. So you all must have received syllabus in your emails with your account access codes through which you will be claiming 400 Google credits for performing all the labs and stuff. So we will walk you through the syllabus as well. So the syllabus has been also updated on our website, and you can go to our website. If I will just share the link as well. So here's the link to our website, and on our website you will be able to see that this is the entire syllabus we have to finish together in the month of October. So we have firstly the basics of Google Cloud Compute. We have get started with cloud storage. We have get started with PubSub, API Gateway, Looker, Dataplex, Google Workspace tools, app building with app sheets as well, and yeah. So we have 19 individual labs, and then we have an arcade game. So this arcade game will be containing a bunch of other labs as well, combined into one. And as per Google, they were supposed to send the link to the arcade on October 4th, but I believe they have not sent it yet. They will soon send it. And yeah, so the program timeline has been changed. This is not the change of the official program timeline, but this is change of the our Amity's Google Cloud Study Jams timeline. So on October 6th to October 12th, from October 6th to October 12th, we will be covering cloud foundations, where we will be recording videos of first six labs, which is from the basics of Google Cloud Compute till get started with Dataplex, and we will be posting them on YouTube as well, through which you can learn, study, and understand the entire lab if you are not able to do so while reading. And then on October 13th, we will have our first official doubt session. Today is the info session and doubt session, but on October 13th, we will have our first official doubt session. From 14th to 20th, we will study about core infrastructure and data. That is Google Workspace tools till store, process, and manage data on Google Cloud. And then we will have another doubt session regarding the labs, regarding the study material, regarding the syllabus. And then on week 3 we have machine learning and some advanced topics such as cloud functions, app engine, cloud speech API, monitoring, speech and language with Google APIs, and prompt design. And in the final days, which is October 30th to October 31st, we will be doing arcade. Now, Arcade will have a bunch of labs. We will try to cover it beforehand. We will try to finish the entire thing by October 25th, but accordingly, we will see. So, Sahil's question that what is the new deadline because exams भी आने वाले हैं. So, deadline Google ने set करी है, that is October 31st. That you all have to do. But for Amity, the deadline is set to be on October 25th. October 25th, that all the labs are supposed to be done and dusted by most of the people. So moving on to the next part of today's info session, the timeline. So I have explained you the timeline as well. I don't think it needs any more explaining. And now to the main part, the swags. So in Google Cloud Study Jams, we will be provided with swags if we are able to kind of finish the a particular amount of labs, and that quantity is it is divided into three tiers. So when 50 students complete the program, we will have swag kits for all the 50 participants. When 70 people complete the program, we will have swag kits for all the 70 participants. And when 100 students complete the program, we will have swag kits for all the 100 participants. This particular point was covered in the first orientation session and the info session of the chapter itself, but I will cover it again. So, if our community's completion numbers fall between these tiers, such as 65 people finish the program, the particular number neither falls in tier 2 and neither it falls in tier 3. Then all the top performers based on the leaderboard will be rewarded, right? And this is all about the swags. And as far as the leaderboard is concerned, you can visit our official website, and our leaderboard has been updated here. So the last update on the leaderboard was at 7:30 p.m. today, and it updates every 2 hours, right? So on first we have Shaurya Gupta, who has finished 7 labs already. So none of the other people, including me myself, have not even started with the lab. So I encourage all of you to utilize this time and finish the labs. And on the top performers will be rewarded accordingly. And let's just aim to kind of at least reach till tier 2. That is 70 people completing the program. Moving onwards to the next part of the PPT, we have 113 participants, and these are verified participants, which you will be able to see their names on the leaderboard as well, right? Uh, so this is just a faulty entry, just ignore it. So we have 113 participants, and yeah, the data is directly updated via the Google team. So we have no hand in this. And yeah, so moving onwards to the next part, that is the learnings. So I covered the learnings as well. I will cover it again for all of you. So the learning simply I will share this screen. So this is the official syllabus which you will receive in your emails. So you have basics of Google Cloud. You have some data related tools. You will be building a website on Google Cloud. You will be setting up a network. You will work with cloud functions and app engines, which are serverless. It is more towards DevOps and serverless side of things. And after that, the GenAI architecture. Right. So these are the learnings. from Google Cloud Study Jam session. And moving onwards to the actual practical hands-on session, I have three people from my team lined up to teach you about how to claim 400 credits, how to how a lab looks like, and how can you perform a lab. And Sarthak, if you simply go to the link or to our website, if you see your name in the leaderboard, then you are a verified participant. You can just start performing after claiming your credits. So now, how to claim credits will be, Meher will be telling us. So Meher, are you there?
Hello. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm here.
please take over.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so is my screen visible? Hello.
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, so welcome everyone to the Google Cloud Study Jam. If you've enrolled, you must have received this email by Google Cloud, right? So, first of all, you have to open this in the incognito window. So, if you'll open it in the incognito window, here you will have the access code and the link to the Google Cloud Skill Boost credits where you will claim it. So if you click on the link, it's loading. You have to paste the access code that is given over here. It is unique for every ID. So if you just have to paste it over here and select I'm not a robot and just submit it. You will redeem oops give me a second. You will redeem your credits like this, and you also have to redeem your Gen AI Arcade credits as well. I've already redeemed it over here beforehand, but similarly, as you received a box over here to enter your code, you also receive one over here, and that's how you have to redeem your codes. The syllabus here is already shared by Rajat Bhaiya, and then the tour of the cloud lab will be done by Shwen further. But please note, this code only works once and is not transferable to others. So every code is unique for every ID, and you have to only redeem it once. And ensure that to redeem the code on the enrolled account only, the registered email which you have received. And yes, that's how you redeem your codes. That's it for it. Over to you, Shwen. He will give you a tour on hands-on lab of cloud. Shwen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I
Yeah.
think Shashank will first explain the UI. Am I
Okay.
right,
Okay.
Shashank?
Okay. Over to you, Shashank.
Yes, thank you very much. So, good evening to one and all present here. My name is Shashank, as stated beforehand, and just quickly confirm that every one of you can hear my voice.
Yes, Shashank.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, just give me 1 second. Yes, is my screen visible to all of you?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Shashank, and today I will be giving you a quick lab UI walkthrough first before Shiven takes over and explains everything in much more detail. So, a very warm welcome to all our GDG on Campus Cloud Study Jam participants. I'm excited that you're here. And before we jump into the fun stuff today and start building on Google Cloud, we need to get comfortable with our main tool for today, that being the Google Cloud Skills Boost Lab environment. Think of this environment as a platform of our virtual playground. It gives us the temporary real world access to the Google Cloud Console without needing a credit card or worrying about breaking anything. Okay, so let us walk through the interface so you know exactly what you're looking at. So let's dive right into the part one. The part one of our journey here is going to be the lab homepage. So as you all can see right now, this is the lab homepage. So before you start, let's look at the main lab page before we hit the start button. This is going to be our quote unquote mission control, right? So right in the center, we have the overview here, as you can read it, and all the lab instructions along with it. This is our guide for the entire exercise. On the left and right, you have your main control panels. On the left side, you can see your this green start lab button along with the timer set, which is enabled pre. It's a prerequisite, and Along with it, on the right tab, you can see all the headings: overview, lab fundamentals, task 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, so let us talk about this start lab button in detail. So this is the big green button right here. Clicking on it creates your temporary and pre-configured Google Cloud environment. And right here, as you can see, this timer has already been provided to you. This timer shows the total time that you have to complete this lab. Once you start the hit button, the clock begins to tick. The lab and all your work will be deleted when the timer hits 0. So you have to keep an eye on it while completing your lab. All right. So the credits are also being displayed here, right here, and it shows the cost. As you can see, and as we have already talked about before, many introductory labs in our session, in our labs, are like this one, are free of cost. So also, there is a very important tip provided under this lab setup instructions and requirements area. It states that, okay, so it states that, yes, just a second. Yeah, it states all of the necessary requirements that you have to have. It states that you have to keep your private browser while accessing this lab, because your lab credentials are at a risk of being leaked before as we proceed throughout the lab. Okay, so above that, here, as you can see, along with the overview and the lab fundamentals, here we have the score tracker. This lab uses a feature called activity tracking. As you complete the required steps correctly, the platform checks your work, and along with the required steps. Okay, so to pass the lab, you need to complete all the tracked steps given here in the lab. So your goal is to get a score up to 100 on 100, which is currently given by a dash here because we haven't started the lab yet. So as we complete the lab, the score will slightly start to increase, and you have to aim to get 100 on 100 in this lab. Okay. So as we go down, here comes the prerequisites along with the lab fundamentals here. So we have already talked about the start lab button along with the credits and the time required. We have also covered the score part. Okay, paying for a lab. Some of the labs provided here are free, and if you don't have you know an access to the free labs, here are the buy credits option as well. You have to follow the required instructions to get the lab access. Okay, and when you click on the start lab button, the timer starts to tick, and you have to complete the lab in the required amount of time. And once you complete the lab, this start lab button will grow. Yes, as we can see here, it's asking for a captcha. When we'll click on the start lab button, it will start glowing red, which indicates an end lab button. So one super important tip that I would like to give to all of you is, do not click on this until you are 100% finished with the labs. Ending this lab will delete all your temporary environment, and all of your progress will get lost if you accidentally click on it. So keep your eye at it. Okay, so opening this Google Cloud Console will open the real Google Cloud platform in another new browser tab. This is where you will have to do all of your work. Along with it, you will be granted a unique project ID. So your unique project ID will be for your temporary workspace in your Google Cloud account, which you have created. A project is an organizing entity for all of your Google resources, like virtual machines, storage, and APIs as well. Okay. So in the projects part, yes, accessing the Cloud Console that we have already talked about. Yes. As you can see here, there is an option given to you for choosing an account to log in. After that, you have to fill up the answers to the lab questions here. For example, here, as you can see here on the test or understanding area. All right. So in the project info, for example, if when you open a certain lab, there will be a projects heading. So in the project info card, you will see the same project ID from the lab page. So in a real world scenario, a company might have dozens of projects to organize different teams or applications. And for our labs, Google has provided a workspace in which inside the specific project, we are given with it. So the navigation menu. The navigation menu, you can see, yes. In the navigation menu, you can see here 3 horizontal lines at the top corner. So this is the navigation menu. Sometimes it is also called the hamburger menu. So we have to click on it. This is where you will find every single service available on Google Cloud, which has been neatly organized into categories like compute, store, and data storage and databases. Okay. So uh, here comes the part of roles and permissions. In the navigation menu, you will find IAM and admin. IAM stand for Identity and Access Management. Okay, this service controls who can do what in your project. So it controls all the permissions required to complete a certain project. If you look at the list of the users, you will find your student username. You will see that you have the editor role, quote unquote. This is a basic role that lets you create or view, modify resources, which is perfect for our labs. That is exactly what is required by us. Okay, so coming to the next part, here we have covered all the I am role. Coming to the fourth task, to enable APIs and services. So here we will be discussing the basic workflow and finishing up the lab. So the typical workflow for any lab is a simple four-step dance. First one is to read, as you can see here. Yeah, the first one is to read the instructions for a task in the lab window. The second one is to connect, to switch to the Google Cloud Console lab. The third one is to perform the lab, to perform the action as instructed, like enabling an API or creating a simple virtual machine. Okay. The fourth one and the last step is to check. Switch back to the lab tab where you have to check to end your lab. Maybe click on, maybe you can, just try to wander around, click on the check my progress button to update your score sometimes, and then move on to the next step. Once you have gone through all the tasks and your score is 100 on 100, you can confidently go back and click on the red end lab button. Yes, you can do it right now. Okay. The lab will ask you to rate your experience, and you have to please rate each and every lab once you complete it. You have to necessarily give it a rating out of 5. If you like the kind of the experience that this lab gave you, you can rate it 5 on 5, or accordingly you can do it. Okay, so that's once you have gone through all the tasks and your score is 100 or 100, you can confidently go back and click that red end lab button. This lab will ask you to rate your experience. Please do, as the feedback is very helpful to us at Google. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Congratulations. That's the entire UI. So, does anyone have any questions before we dive deeper and Shivain takes us? Any questions? Please ask on the chat.
Okay, then. Very nice. So, Shashank did a great job at explaining the UI of the lab. How many of you are new to all this? Like, can you write in the chat box how many of you have never done a lab? Like, you have never ever joined study jams or a cohort or, the arcade. Okay, so Siddhant is saying he's new. Ayush, okay, you're new to this. Many people, I see. So currently we have 32 participants. It's fine. You guys can share it with your friends because labs is one of those things which you should have experience with if you want to have a good career in tech, even if you are looking to be a back-end developer, a full-stack developer. I think this is something that you should have experience with क्योंकि cloud सबको use करना है for deploying projects, for deploying models. मैंने अभी भी अपना model deploy किया है, and this experience builds up on from the very basics, and this is the ABCD ये जो labs होते हैं. So I'll just share my screen and explain further then. Yeah, sure. I'm going to give you a demo. That is why I'm here. Okay. So, is my screen visible? Like, can you see this dashboard of Cloud Skills Boost?
Yes, it is visible, Shivain.
Okay, fine. So, little bit about me. I have done many labs from many accounts. This is one of them. As you can see, I've done 88 labs, 25 courses, and it stays with you like this info, and it helps you, think back to the time when you know nothing about labs and now you know everything. So let's start with this introductory lab. You can search the lab and explore catalog. You can just write. I'll show you step by step so that you get a gist of how you need to think while doing a lab, how you need to navigate. So when you click explore, you can just type a tour of Google Cloud, and when you click search, many. This is the introductory lab that we guys are going to take. it's not needed anymore. It is taking a while to load. Just a second. Hmm. Very nice internet connection. Okay, so here we are. This is the lab we are going to take. This is the introductory lab. You don't need to have any experience for it. You don't need to know anything for it. And labs basically आपको कभी master नहीं कभी बना सकते. These are never the things that can make you the master of cloud. These are never the things that can, you know, they're not meant for learning. They are meant for exposure. सबसे पहले तो ये चीज़ याद रखनी है. These things are going to give you such deeper exposure कि next time डर नहीं लगेगा navigate करने में काम करने में you can just proud confidently say हाँ मैं कर दूंगा if you have at least done a lab once. So ये सब कुछ शशांक ने explain कर दिया है. What is all this, यहाँ पे क्या है, यहाँ पे आपका score है. So let's just start the lab. And lab जब आपने start करनी है, make sure to open the console in a incognito tab. The reason being आपके खुद के accounts भी होते हैं and हर एक lab के लिए आपको एक credentials provide किए जाएंगे. And अगर आपके खुद के accounts उनके साथ let's say मिक्स अप हो गए तो आपकी लैब सही से वर्क नहीं करेगी बेसिकली. तो मैं इसको लिंक कॉपी करता हूँ एंड दिस इज द प्राइवेट विंडो. Okay, so it is asking for email. Just copy the username and for the password, we just copy the password. I understand. Yeah. So basically now we are inside Google Cloud platform. वैसे you guys should know Google Cloud platform is paid, so you cannot use it without using credits. अगर even if for learning you need to have some credits. कई होती हैं free labs जैसे कि ये इनको आप कर सकते हो, but if you are working with other things, credits will be needed. Okay, this is the project ID. इसकी I think इसमें कोई need है नहीं, but still we'll use it. So these are the lab fundamentals. ये बस basics हैं. This tells you Google Cloud क्या है, Google Cloud Post क्या है, objectives, prerequisites. Okay, so far our understanding. By the way, ये जो questions होते हैं इनका कुछ score में addition नहीं होता है. अगर आपने छोड़ने हैं छोड़ दो. But I will suggest, as you guys are first time doing labs, हमेशा इनको attempt करो so that you know तुम्हारी understanding कहाँ तक पहुँची है. Okay, so answer the following MCQs. This builds a temporary environment. Credit, start lab button, score time, start lab button. Then when the timer reaches 0, you lose access to your temporary Google Cloud. Yes, as Shashan told, it does. So submit. These are correct. Some labs have tracking which scores a completion of hands-on cloud activities. True. यही tracking है हमारी. In order to receive completion credit for a lab that has tracking, you must complete the required hands-on lab activities. बिल्कुल सही. Okay. So सारे सही थे. अच्छी बात है. Understanding होनी चाहिए इतनी अच्छी. So next we have the first one is access the cloud console. हमने कर लिया already. This is the cloud console. ये मैं आपको इसमें बाकी और शेल भी बताऊंगा इसमें कैसे यूज हो सकती है. How many of you have experience with Linux? किसी ने यहाँ पे लिनक्स यूज किया कभी? कमांड लाइन लिनक्स कुछ भी? अनुराग इज सेइंग यस. नाइस, बढ़िया, अच्छी बात है. आई नेवर एक्सपेक्टेड कि यहाँ पे किसी ने किया होगा, बट वेरी नाइस. तो लिनक्स को जिन 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 को एक्सपीरियंस है, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी यूजफुल. सिद्धांत, यू सेड नो, इट्स फाइन, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. लिनक्स इज वेरी इजी. अगर आपको थोड़े से कमांड्स आ जाएं, देन यू जस्ट बिल्ड अपॉन देम. बहुत सिंपल होता है. सो अगर आपको उसका एक्सपीरियंस है, यहाँ पे वी हैव क्लाउड शेल, उसका भी बहुत यूज केस होता है. दैट मेक्स द the process of hosting and all that very easy. So इसलिए हर चीज़ सीखो. इफ़ यू आर इन फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर, फंडामेंटल्स हर चीज़ के सीखो, हर जगह काम आते हैं. सो एक्सेस द क्लाउड कंसोल हमने कर लिया. ये वही है जो अभी अभी हमने यूज़ किया, यूज़र नेम, पासवर्ड एंड ऑल दैट. देन प्रोजेक्ट आईडी. बेसिकली प्रोजेक्ट आईडी इसमें हमारा काम नहीं है, क्योंकि मैंने मैंने ऑलरेडी इसको चेक कर लिया था कि इसमें काम है या नहीं है. बट प्रोजेक्ट आईडी का काम तब आता है व्हेन वी आर हैंडलिंग मल्टीपल प्रोजेक्ट्स, तब प्रोजेक्ट आईडी का यूज़ बहुत आता है. तो अभी तो जस्ट हम इसे इग्नोर कर देंगे एंड जस्ट गेस करते हैं, क्योंकि मैंने भी ऊपर का ये तुम्हारे साथ पढ़ना छोड़ दिया है. So, which field is not found in the left pane? Left pane is this one, yeah. Project ID, system admin, open Google Cloud Console, password. I think system admin, yes. The username in the left panel, which resembles this, is a cloud IAM identity. I feel like true, yeah. IAM is identity access management. कि कौन कौन इस प्रोजेक्ट को एक्सेस कर सकता है. तो ऑब्वियसली हम तो कर ही सकते हैं. Like we have the admin access. Then we have task to view projects in cloud console. ये लो प्रोजेक्ट्स देख लो. और ये वाला टास्क भी पूरा हो गया. लाइक अगर आपको प्रोजेक्ट्स देखने हैं, जो एक गूगल क्लाउड का जो लोगो है इसके साथ में है, ओपन प्रोजेक्ट पे कर, ये हमारे प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं. एंड हमारे पास सिर्फ एक ही प्रोजेक्ट है फिलहाल, तो वही देखेगा. ओके, ये ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. देन वी हैव व्यू ऑल प्रोजेक्ट्स. टेस्ट योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, इसमें भी चलो गेस करते हैं. An organizing entity for anything you build with Google Cloud project, username, it's the Google Cloud project, like Shashan told. Quick Labs resource is shared read only with all Quick Lab users, which means you cannot delete or modify it. I'm not sure, but मैं false करूँगा. Oh, it's true. Google Cloud Resources is the project where you can run all your lab steps. True. Oh, false. See, the thing is, you don't need to know everything. यहाँ पे आप अगर सब कुछ पढ़ा होता तो सही आंसर आ जाते. सो जस्ट इसको एक बार गो थ्रू कर लिया करना, इवन रादर दैन जस्ट स्किमिंग थ्रू इट. इट जस्ट बिल्ड्स द मोर एक्सपोजर एंड जितना ज़्यादा आपको पता होएगा उतना आपको नेक्स्ट टाइम करते हुए और कॉन्फिडेंट फील होएगा. एंड बट मेरी तरह से गलतियाँ मत करना. सो नेक्स्ट वी हैव द नेविगेशन मेन्यू एंड सर्विसेज. बेसिकली ये भी आपको यूआई एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है क्लाउड कंसोल का. ये दिस इज हाउ क्लाउड कंसोल लुक्स लाइक. अगर आपने खुद का पर्सनल यूज भी करोगे, दिस इज व्हाट इट इज. सो अगर आपको एक बार ये नेविगेट करना आ जाए, इट इज जस्ट लाइक द मैटर ऑफ आपको स्टेप्स याद होने चाहिए कि इसके बाद क्या करना है, इसके बाद क्या करना है. दैट इज इट. इसमें कुछ प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं है, कुछ कोडिंग नहीं है. अगर आपको लाइक मुझे आई लर्न लिनक्स वे बिफोर कॉलेज, तो मुझे लिनक्स आता है. सो आई जस्ट ओपन द क्लाउड शेल और मैं सब कुछ क्लाउड शेल से करना शुरू कर देता हूँ. बट इफ यू गाइज स्ट्रगल विद कोडिंग, इफ यू गाइज डोंट हैव एक्सपीरियंस विद यू नो bash is the language that we use, and any that कोई नहीं, हम वी कैन यूज द ग्राफिकल यूजर इंटरफेस प्रोवाइडेड. बहुत ही बढ़िया. एंड एनीवन, इफ तुम में से किसी ने भी AWS यूज किया है, दैट इज द हेडेक. गूगल क्लाउड प्रोवाइड्स वेरी ब्यूटिफुल UI, तो इसमें तो वो मुश्किल होनी नहीं चाहिए वैसे. स्टिल देन वी हैव रिव्यू एंड मॉडिफाई रोल्स एंड परमिशंस. सी ये अब बहुत ही यूजफुल चीज़ है, क्योंकि many times क्या होता है, you have a project and you have resources but you don't want everyone to have the admin access. So what you can do is you can provide access to the different people, and based on the role that they play in the organization या आपकी टीम, आप उनका लिमिट कर सकते हो एक्सेस. लाइक मेरे फ्रेंड्स और मैं कभी कभी प्रोजेक्ट्स पे वर्क करते हैं, एंड व्हाट वी डू इज वी जस्ट प्रोवाइड एक्सेस टू ईच अदर एज एडमिन कि जो मर्जी करो. बट समटाइम्स यू जस्ट वांट कि दूसरा देखे सिर्फ, लाइक एज अ व्यूअर, बट उसके पास कुछ एक्सेस ना हो. लाइक इट कैन ही और शी कैन नॉट एडिट एनीथिंग, लाइक वो लेट्स से डिलीट ही कर दे आपका सारा काम. सो आप वो नहीं चाहोगे. सो दैट इज वाई वी हैव दिस एक्सेस कंट्रोल. कुछ नहीं है, जस्ट ऊपर नेविगेशन टैब में जाओ, identity and access management and admin, just click on IAM. This is the place where you get all the, see, these are the accounts that have the access to this. This is us, student, blah blah blah. We are editor, project IAM admin and viewer. Okay, so ये हो गया हमारा. दीज आर बेसिकली, इनको आप और डेप्थ में रीड कर लेना कि रोल्स एंड व्यूअर परमिशंस क्या होती हैं, एज एन एडिटर परमिशन क्या होती हैं, एज एन ओनर परमिशन क्या होती हैं. As an editor, you can create, modify, and delete Google Cloud resources, of course. However, you cannot add or delete members from Google Cloud projects. That is what you need an admin access for. And ये सारा कुछ तुम्हें थर्ड ईयर में ऑपरेटिंग नहीं, सेकेंड ईयर में फोर्थ सेम में जब तुम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम वगैरह पढ़ोगे उसमें इसका बहुत तुम समझ पाओगे कि एक्सेस कंट्रोल लिस्ट क्या होता है वगैरह वगैरह. So next we have grant and IM role. इसमें basically now what we'll try to do is हम ये एक हमें डमी अकाउंट दिया हुआ है, इसको हमने एक्सेस थोड़ा सा प्रोवाइड करना है. हम क्या करेंगे, हम इधर गए, दिस इज द बटन विल क्लिक ग्रांट एक्सेस एंड ऑन न्यू प्रिंसिपल्स we'll click, we'll put in the ID provided to us and select a role. हमने कौन सा रोल असाइन करना है यहाँ पे, क्लिक व्यूअर. तो हमने जब रोल असाइन करना है, we'll click on व्यूअर and just save. So updating policy, थोड़ा सा टाइम इसको लगता है अपडेट होने में and the sync rate is basic, I think 1 minute का होता है. So ये हमारा टास्क कंप्लीट हो गया. लेकिन अगर हम अभी इधर क्लिक करेंगे, you'll see यहाँ पे, चलो ठीक आ गया, थैंक गॉड. बट कभी कभी यहाँ पे क्रॉस आता है वट, तो कुछ वो नहीं करना, घबराना नहीं है. हो सकता है लाइक हो सकता है गलती कर दी हो. यूजुअली इट्स द रिफ्रेश रेट, डिपेंड्स, क्योंकि गूगल क्लाउड भी ऑब्वियसली इट्स होस्टिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स, तो थोड़ा थोड़ा लैग तो करेगा. एंड एज यू कैन सी यहाँ पे पहले पॉइंट्स हमारे थे 0, अब हो गए 50 बिकॉज हमने एक टास्क पूरा कर लिया. Next we have test your understanding. Let's try. ये भी मैं तुक्के ही मारूंगा. Offers quick access to platform services and also outlines the offerings. Cloud operations, compute, navigation menu, and networking. I feel like it's navigation menu. Yeah. Then basic roles, set project level permissions, and unless otherwise specified, control access and management to all Google Cloud services. True. And it provides all viewer permissions plus permissions for actions that modify state, such as changing existing resources. All viewer permissions plus permissions for actions that modify state, such as changing. It is editor role, of course. Okay, so यहाँ तक किसी को कोई है डाउट? किसी को डाउट है? कोई देख भी रहा है? चलो कोई नहीं. I'll just continue. Just assuming कि किसी को नहीं है डाउट. Okay. So next we have enable APIs on services. This is the task 4. And इसमें कुछ नहीं है. APIs किसी किसी को like तुम्हें यूज कर like अब तक करी होनी चाहिए. अगर फर्स्ट ईयर में हो then it's fine. Then अच्छा नहीं, कोई नहीं की. लेकिन if you're in second year या third year और आपने APIs को यूज नहीं किया है, yeah, just work on it. कोई नहीं. सो APIs सबने यूज़ की होंगी एंड उसके बारे में और पढ़ना. APIs बेसिकली तुम्हें इन एक सर्विस से दूसरी सर्विस में डेटा भेजने में हेल्प करता है. इट्स लाइक अगर आपने कोई टास्क परफॉर्म करना है वगैरह वगैरह विदाउट नोइंग दी आउटलाइन कि वो सब कुछ कैसे हो रहा है, यूज एन API. सो गूगल क्लाउड की भी खुद की बहुत सारी APIs हैं. इसमें हम सीखेंगे कि APIs हमने कैसे इनेबल करनी है. जैसे here we have an example of dialog API, dialog flow API. See, अब चीज़ यही है, you cannot learn how to use APIs here, you cannot learn how to make APIs here. It just gives you exposure. Let's say तुम्हें किसी दिन कोई और API यूज करनी है, but you have learned कि कोई और like dialog flow API कैसे enable करनी है, तो तुम कोई और API भी enable कर ही सकते हो. It is given. So हमने dialog flow API भी करनी है. What we do is we just go to the navigation bar. हम यहाँ पे जाएंगे APIs and services में, अब जाएंगे लाइब्रेरी में. हमने यहाँ पे API सर्च करनी है डायलॉग फ्लो. आई होप यही स्पेलिंग है डायलॉग फ्लो की. या सो वी गेट द रिजल्ट ऑफ डायलॉग फ्लो API एंड कुछ नहीं करना, जस्ट इनेबल पे क्लिक कर देना. अभी सारी, अब एक क्वेश्चन कई लोगों में आता है कि ये सारी APIs अगर हमने इनेबल ही करनी है, अगर यूज़ ही करनी है, तो ये ऑलरेडी इनेबल्ड क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि अगर सारी APIs इनेबल होंगी एंड लेट्स से आपको उनको यूज़ नहीं करना था, यू विल स्टिल बी चार्ज for that API. Google Cloud is not a free platform. It is a paid platform. तो तुम्हें जितनी भी सर्विसेज तुम यूज़ कर रहे हो उसका तुम पे करोगे, अभी नहीं, ये तो ऑब्वियसली इट्स अ लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट, दैट इज़ वाई स्टडी एग्जाम्स इतने यूज़फुल होते हैं। यहाँ पे आपको कुछ पैसे देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, यू गेट टू लर्न फॉर फ्री, जितना मर्जी एक्सपेरिमेंट कर लो यहाँ पे, कुछ तुम्हारे पैसे नहीं जाएंगे। लेकिन मेरी तरह प्लीज़ गलतियाँ मत करना, पेड अकाउंट पे ऐसे मत करना, मैंने किया हुआ है एंड पैसे पड़े थे। तो या so let's check our progress. Voila, we have enabled the Dialogflow API and इसमें 50 का स्कोर अभी हो जाएगा। तब तक let's test our understanding. When you start a lab, you need to enable APIs in your project to start working with Google Cloud. नहीं, ज़रूरी नहीं है। It's just जब हमें कोई सर्विस यूज़ करनी है तब हम API enable करते हैं। So we have 100 on 100. जब हमारा स्कोर फुल हो जाता है, दैट इज व्हेन यू शुड एंड योर लैब। उससे पहले एंड करने की नीड नहीं हुआ है वैसे कोई। वी एंड अ लैब, कमेंट नॉइस, सबमिट ही नहीं हो रहा, कोई नहीं, हो गया हमारी लैब एंड एंड थिंक दिस वाज इट। अगर सिलेबस में चेक करोगे, दिस इज द फर्स्ट कोर्स इन द सिलेबस। लाइक जब तुम कोर्स कंप्लीट कर लोगे, इट विल शो कोर्स कंप्लीटेड, द बेसिक्स ऑफ, ये तुम्हें एक स्किल बैच मिल जाता है वंस यू डू ऑल दिस। एंड इसमें लेट्स जैसे दिस इज द फर्स्ट वन इन द सिलेबस, द बेसिक्स ऑफ गूगल क्लाउड कंप्यूट। एंड इसमें आई थिंक 4 लैब्स हैं, फर्स्ट वन, सेकेंड वन, थर्ड वन, फोर्थ, एंड दिस इज़ वेरी यूजफुल लैब। इस वाली को ना लर्न कर लेना मैं कहूँगा, क्योंकि वर्चुअल मशीन हम बहुत चीज़ों के लिए यूज़ करने वाले हैं। वर्चुअल मशीन डिप्लॉयमेंट, वर्चुअल मशीन अपने मॉडल ट्रेन करने के लिए। अभी जो जो लोग मशीन लर्निंग में जाएंगे, डीप लर्निंग में जाएंगे, रिसर्च में जाएंगे, उनके लिए बहुत ही यूज़फुल होएगा, क्योंकि इट इज़ वेरी एक्सपेंसिव गेटिंग जी पी यू, बट ये बहुत लाइक कॉस्ट एफिशिएंट बना देता है जी सी। सो दैट्स इट। एंड अगर हम चाहें तो अपना डैशबोर्ड चेक कर सकते हैं। आई थिंक पहले 88 लैब्स या 89 लैब्स शो होनी चाहिए, आई डोंट नो। ओके, नेट ऐसा ही है, हाँ, या 89 लैब्स विच शोज़ कि हाँ हमारी लैब वो कंप्लीट हो गई है। दैट वाज इट। इसको जस्ट बंद कर दो, ये प्राइवेट ऐप था वैसे ही, तो कुछ भी इसमें जो भी तुमने किया है कुछ भी वैसे ही सेव नहीं होगा। ओके, सो आई जस्ट स्टॉप शेयरिंग द स्क्रीन। ओके, किसी को कोई डाउट इस पे? ओके, वेरी नाइस, साहिल को कोई डाउट नहीं है। हाउ मच टाइम डज इट टेक टू डू अ लैब? एज यू सॉ, मैंने तुम्हारे सामने जस्ट लैब सारी कर दी है। 45 मिनट्स की लैब थी, 5 मिनट में पूरी होगी, वो भी जस्ट मैं बिकॉज एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था। अगर तुम खुद लैब करोगे एज अ फर्स्ट टाइमर, आई विल से तुम्हें 1/3 टाइम तो सोच के चलना। इफ अ लैब इज सेइंग 2.5 घंटे की लैब है, 2.5 आवर्स की लैब है, होती हैं कई लैब्स 2.5 आवर्स की, जस्ट assume that you have 45 minutes for that। 45 मिनट से ज़्यादा लग ही नहीं सकते, लाइक 1/3 टाइम ही लगता है। सो एनी टाइम दैट इज शोन एक्स्ट्रा इज यूजली बिकॉज कई बार इनका सिस्टम ही लैग कर रहा होता है बहुत ज़्यादा, क्योंकि इतने ज़्यादा यूजर्स जब बढ़ते हैं एंड वो सारे जब लैब्स कर रहे होते हैं तो उनके सिस्टम पे काफ़ी प्रेशर पड़ता है। ओके, अदर देन दैट कोई क्वेश्चन? देखो, क्वेश्चंस अभी पूछ लो, बिकॉज जितना तुम अपनी क्यूरियोसिटी इस चीज़ को करोगे उतना तुम्हें कंफर्टेबल फील होएगा सब कुछ खुद अटेम्प्ट करने में। एंड बीइंग वेरी ऑनेस्ट, ये सब कुछ फ्री में प्रोवाइडेड है। या 100-400 विल बी इनफ, they will be okay। So that was all from my side, thank you so much। can we experiments करो भाई, experiment करो, you can, but you should focus on what is the provided outline is, just follow the outline, after that experiment करो पूरा। it is an experimental environment, पूरा sandbox जो होता है, तो जो उसमें जो भी तुम करोगे वो उनके उसको नहीं कुछ करने वाला। नो चार्जेस विल बी अप्लाइड, राइट? यस, कोई चार्जेस नहीं होंगे जब तक तुम अपना पर्सनल अकाउंट बैंक से लिंक करके नहीं कर रहे हो। दैट इज वाई आई से जो स्टडी एग्जाम्स, कोहॉर्ट्स, ये सब कुछ होते हैं, इट इज़ अ वेरी नाइस वे टू गेट एक्सपोजर। यहाँ पे तुम जो मर्जी करोगे उसके कोई कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज नहीं होंगे, तो जितना मर्जी एक्सपेरिमेंट करना है करो, अपने फ्रेंड्स को भी बताओ कि उनको भी सीखें, अच्छी प्लेसमेंट मिल जाएगी एंड में। ओके, और कोई क्वेश्चन? I feel like there are no questions. Okay, so that was all from my side. करो अच्छी तरह से. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I hope I am audible. And with that being said, since Shivain has taken all the doubts, Shashank has explained you how a lab looks like, and Meher has told you how to claim your credits. I think that settles the entire doubt session, the information session, the orientation session. Right. So, with that being said, we have come an end to our today's session. You can visit our yeah, Shambhavi, it is relevant. You can visit our website for the leaderboard and the exact syllabus, and you can check your emails as well for the exact syllabus name. And if you have any doubts, we have a dedicated group for Google Cloud Study Jams as well, where you can ask your questions and queries. We all will be more than happy to help you. That being said, I guess this would be the end of the session. Thank you so much. You all are free to leave. And if your friends have not been able to attend this session, we will release a YouTube video soon for the recording of the session soon, if possible. Okay, that settles it. Thank you so much, people.